Hey guys, it's me Chota King and welcome back to my channel. Today we will be playing Crew Motorfest and doing the latest summit, which is going to be called Stereonline Experience. So first things first, these are the rewards for this week's summit. For finishing in bronze, you get 100,000 XP. For finishing in silver, you get 3 randomized racing legendary parts. For finishing in gold, you get the Nissan 370Z Z34, and for finishing in platinum, you get the Stereo Tire. And I wasn't able to cover the last week's summit. Start off by playing these slaloms at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get started. And this will be the vehicle that I will be using for all of the slaloms. These are the stats of my parts. We do have the score breaker active, which multiplies my final score by 2, and on top of that I have 70% skilled affixes active on this car, as well as 14.7% of pure, and these will be the pro settings. The pro settings can help a lot in Crew Motorfest, and the YouTube channel that I use for my pro settings is called ACOR. That's AKOR. So if you're looking for pro settings for any vehicle in Crew Motorfest or Crew 2, do check out the channel. So yeah, with that all being said, let's go ahead and start. Alright, so what you want to do when you start this slalom is that you just go past the starting checkpoint and turn around and attempt the slalom from this direction, because you're gonna have a better finishing approach. The checkpoint placement will be the same from both direction, but what this does is give you more top speed at the very end, so that gives you a better total score. Alright, so doing it from the opposite direction does make a huge difference. I was able to get 1200 more points. That gets me the ranking of 724 out of 26,727 players. So that is actually alright guys, let's go ahead and start our next slalom. So what you want to do with this one is just turn around and drive backwards a little bit, just to give yourself a little room to run up to the starting checkpoint, and this is the best direction to do it, and this was my attempt. So yeah, if you do find this video helpful or enjoy it, please drop a like rating and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, let's see what is the ranking that we get for this one. So for this one, we got the ranking of 1339 out of 26,226 players. Alright guys, let's go ahead and check which one is next. And also I was in the wrong impression that this was better if you did it downhill, but I think that is not the case, because this is the right direction that you should be going with. For this one, we got the ranking of 2046 out of 26,306 players. Guys, with all of our feats done, let's talk about the rewards that you get just by participating in the summit. So for completing the first 3 events which we just did, we get 100,000 XP. For completing 6 events, we again get a randomized selection of 3 legendary parts for the racing class, and for completing all 9 events, you get a 100,000 in-game cash and also 100,000 points for the summit. So yeah, with that being done, let's go ahead and start our first race event, which is gonna be this one called the Pono Circuit. And for this we will be using the Koenigsegg CCGT, and these are the stats of my parts that I will be using. We have the Nitro Chemist set bonus active, which multiplies my nitro duration by 1.5. Pure increases our nitro's power by 35%, and the extra pump increases our nitro refill speed by 35%. And these will be the pro settings of my car. Make sure you do put the pro settings on your cars as well. You might be using some other car, and I'm using the Koenigsegg. So if you want any pro settings for your cars, just go to the YouTube channel Acar, and that's what I use for all of my summits. Pretty sure you will find them helpful as well. So let's go ahead and start our event. Yeah, this car handles very well, and the power is very balanced as well. You're not overpowering in any of the corners. Yeah, this car is very balanced and very nice to drive, I have to say. You're not losing any traction coming in or going out of corners. That's pretty amazing. I mean, the banking could be helping, but it's also very good in the first section. I don't really need to worry about sliding when I'm braking or anything. This car seems very solid. I just have to drive it the same way each lap to get the most of it. Yeah, this lap I'm definitely lacking. The third lap wasn't as smooth as the first or second. You just need to be accurate with letting the power go or braking on these long corners. It really helps you make a tighter turn if you do it correctly. There we go, that is our finish line. I wonder what is going to be our ranking. I think we did pretty decent, but I could definitely do it 2 to 3 seconds quicker on average. So our ranking is going to be 4175 out of 27,421. Alright, so moving on, the next event that we will be doing will be called the Stereo Autodrome, and for this we are required to use the Mazda MX-5. And again, these are going to be the parts that we will be using, which is same as the last event. I do have the nitrochemist active, and then we have pure and extra pump, which adds 35% of more power to my nitros, and these will be the pro settings that I will be using for this car. So I'll quickly scroll down, let you guys see and copy these if you do need them, and then we can start. So let's go ahead and start our event. Well, it's actually raining in this one. We're doing 3 laps in the rain in this one. Competition is right behind us. Yeah, this car handles it really well as well. It's not sliding while it's raining, so that's a pretty good sign for this car. It handles very well. Let's see what's the top speed of this car. Damn, this exceeds 420 kilometers. That's pretty quick. I was expecting this thing to have a lower top speed than the other cars we were racing, but I guess they have more power in terms of acceleration. This thing is pretty fast. It's light as well, so I'm pretty sure that helps. This track can be really fun as well, especially when you get the finishing section right, which is starting now. Yeah, definitely did it better this lap around. Last lap. Yeah, definitely started using the nitros later on that straight. That caused me to brake later as well for some reason, since I was too fast going into the corner. These are the sort of mistakes you shouldn't do to have consistent laps, I guess. Oh no. Definitely the worst lap so far. It's definitely gonna hurt me and cause like 4 to 5 seconds. As I was saying at the end of lap 2 that you should get your sections right. Especially the last one, because there are many turns there. If you crash into the barrier, you basically make the next corner worse for yourself as well. But let's see how we did in terms of ranking. That's looking not bad. We got the ranking of 3,541 out of 19,898. And next up we are gonna doing this one before we do the other three, because in the other three I will just be using the GTR. Alright, let's begin with our sixth event today, and for this one we will be using the KTM Expo GT2. And in this event the tire wear has been enabled. I have 42% of iron grip, which decreases the grip of the tires lesser by 42%, and on top of that we have 15% of pure, 20% of extra pump, as well as the set bonus, which is nitrochemist. And for pro settings for this car I will be using these, so go ahead and note these down if you need them, otherwise you might be using a different car. So yep, make sure you get the proper pro settings for the car you're using, because all of these pro settings have different effects on different vehicles. So yeah, let's go ahead and start our event. I wonder how many laps we have. If there are 5, we'll just need to do one pit stop, I believe, but we'll find out. Oh, there's only 3 laps. I think we can run the whole race without having to do a pit stop. To be honest, I haven't driven this car a lot in this game. Feels pretty good. And the grip loss of this car isn't that much, even though I have protection from tire wear by 42%. That still feels like a solid car. A big braking zone coming up. Let's make sure we don't miss it. Yeah, I think that was perfect. And there we go, our second lap is now starting. So yeah, it's going to be no pit stops very easily, because we have barely lost about 10% of grip. We might get a bit more sliding in the car in the final lap, but we'll just have to manage. Make sure we don't take the turns too aggressively, because the car will slide too much. This turn is very easy to do, but can get scary sometimes when you're approaching it in the wrong angle. Here we go, the last lap is now starting. I have to be careful not to send it too harshly into curves, otherwise I won't be able to turn correctly. Especially in this one, because I was already having issues and I had more grip. So yeah, I think I just turned it too violently in the second lap here, because I didn't have any problems after this corner in the second lap. By the end of the race, I think our tire wear will just be depleted by like 30%. That was a wrong decision using nitros there. I think in this game the pit stops only take you like 5 seconds. So if I lose the 5 seconds elsewhere, there will be no point of me not taking the pit stop. So in these conditions, everything matters. But let's see what is our ranking with these performance stats as well as the pro settings. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. We are able to get 504 position worldwide out of 23,400. I'm sorry, that's 620 players. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one, even though. Alright guys, so let's begin our final three events, and we will be using the GTR Nismo GT3 for all of these three events. And the reason I kept these for last, so I don't need to keep showing you the pro settings of my car as well as the stats of my performance parts, which is basically the same as all the other cars which didn't require any iron grip. So this one just has the set bonus of Nitro Chemist as well as 35% of extra pump and pure, and these will be the pro settings that I will be using for the GTR. So yeah, just pause the video or just note these down so you can put these on your GTR as well, and these will be the pro settings I will be using on all of these final three events. So yeah, here they are, and yeah, let's begin and see how this thing drives with these pro settings. So let's go ahead and start. In case you might be wondering what sort of neon I have on my car, I'm using the Dragon Glass neon, which was available from the first summit out of these four. Right now we are on week number 3, so this one was available to get for platinum in the first week of this month. Oh, this thing is pretty slidey since it's raining, so you gotta be careful. Big braking zone coming up again. Yeah, you definitely need to control this car and not overdrive it since it's raining. We have 3 laps, so this is going to be one of the longer races in this video. I wonder if this is going to be longer compared to the MX-5 event, because that lap isn't short either, but this one is more twisty compared to that one. Yeah, that last section was pretty slow, I have to say, so I need to do my best and do good in the simpler sections so I don't lose too much time overall. Make sure I break a little earlier than the last time. Yeah, that's definitely better. I mean, you do need a little practice to understand the car better, how it drives, so you can actually judge your braking points and the turning as well. I'm definitely doing a much smoother job driving this thing in the second lap. You just need to be very polite at the very end of the corners so you don't end up starting to slide the car. I think that is the key for this vehicle at least. You just need to know when to straighten the steering wheel so you don't keep turning and then end up sliding. Just like that. You also have to let go of the accelerator when you stop turning, otherwise you just keep going. There will be no difference for you to stop turning if you keep accelerating, of course. Gonna spin out. Again, coming on the hairpin for the final time. Lap 3. Let's make sure I do the final part correctly over the water. That is pretty important in the circuit if you do that part correctly. Let's see if I can do it better than both of the other tries. Yeah, not a bad start. There you go, nailed it. Let's go, final stretch. There you go. That is going to be our time for the GTR event, even though it took us 5.5 minutes, which seems really wrong actually. But let's compare it with what is the ranking that we were able to get. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We were able to get 1564 out of 19,157 players. Alright, so let's go ahead and start our second last event. And if you already had the 370Z Z34, you would be using that for these final two events. But I do not own one yet, so I will just be collecting one from the summit. But we are using the exact same car that we were doing for the last race. So let's go ahead and begin. Oh, this is actually a race at the street track. That's pretty cool. It's basically a closed racetrack, but on the street. That is what I meant. This is... never mind, this track just feels a little bit different. Don't know if it's just me or they're two different tracks. I think it's just me because I haven't done this track in a while. It just seems different because I just had a good start, I believe. This thing feels so nice on this track. It just turns where you want it to turn. That's pretty amazing. Oh, it's only 2 laps, so just gotta do this one properly. No, okay, that's not that bad. Just a scratch. Isn't gonna affect our lap time that badly. Yeah, that one definitely is gonna lose its time. I just went in too hot and braked a little bit too late. Same as this one, but this one wasn't as bad. I definitely lost a couple of seconds there in this last section. Let's go ahead and shoot our way down the finish line. Yeah, I don't think the finishing result will be that bad. I still should have about 2000 to 3000 worldwide, but I am using a different car, so I can't say for sure. I mean, yeah, we were able to get 4145 out of 22,171. To be honest, I'm not really happy with this result because I know I could do much better, but yeah, I'll just keep that. Guys, let's go ahead and start our last event. And the only thing different with this one is that the tire wear is active again, and I have the same stats of my parts from the KTM, so we are using the same parts from them, and I have the iron grip back on, which decreases my tire wear less by 42%, and the pro settings is going to be the same. I will show you guys once more for your convenience, and then we can begin. So yeah, I'm actually very excited for the summit, which is going to be next week, because we have the chance of winning Black Panther's Nissan R34. I was actually excited to drive on the daytime without the rain as we had in the first event, but in this one we have tire wear. This event is also going to be interesting to play because it actually gets a little narrow. Or yeah, that's another event, my bad. Instead of going straight, you just go back where you came from and continue this way. That track is another one. Honestly, I find this track better in terms of pacing, but that event can be really satisfying to get right as well. And yeah, we won't be needing to stop in the pit lane at all because we do have a lot of assistance from the iron grip. And yeah, I think the turn I just took is the best I've done on that turn so far. I got the braking dead right to turn in. I really like the way this car handles, even though it might start sliding, but that would be your own fault if you're too aggressive on the exit of the corner. Okay, we finishing our second lap right here. I went in a little too deep and the grip levels are going lower as well. So I gotta be careful of this upcoming turn as well. There you go, nice and easy, no problems. I also gotta be careful on the last corner because on that one I can actually lose a lot of grip really quickly at the exit of this turn. Gotta keep it straight. There we go. And that is the finish line right there. Across the line we go, and let's see what is our worldwide ranking in this event as well as the summit. Let's go ahead and find out. We finished the race in 3 minutes 5 seconds, and that should get us the ranking of 362 out of 23,011 players. Yep, I'm very happy with that one, and I did not make any major errors there either. Alright guys, so our final ranking for the summit is going to be 1538. Let's see how many players have played the summit worldwide. So worldwide we have 34,213 ranked player. So that is worldwide. I am pretty happy with that result, but could be a little bit better, but anyway, I'm not gonna complain. And yeah, we are done with this summit, and the next one is going to be called the Black Panther experience, and these will be the rewards that you can claim if you are able to win platinum or finish in platinum. You get the Nissan Skyline GTR R34 Black Panther edition, and for gold you get the purple blizzard smoke, and for the rest you get 5000 spare part points and also 200k for finishing in silver. So yeah guys, I'm really excited to see you guys in the next summit. So take care, have a nice day, and do leave a like rating if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you're new.